Hey, what's up, everyone? Back for this Thursday slate. We have another light day in the NBA tonight. Just 3 games. Yesterday was absolutely insane. The 1 hour before lock from 6 to 7 with the amount of news that came out. So hopefully you guys all recovered from that. But tonight, only these 3 games should be a much quieter evening. Not a lot on the injury report either right now. So yeah, we'll dig through these games and I'll give you some plays. And yeah, we'll get on out of here. Before we get started, you can drop a like down below, subscribe if you have not already. Starting off here at point guard, Luka is at 12-3. No problem with Luka Doncic, but now that Kristaps is back, slowly his rates are going to go down a little bit. The price tag is still up there. It's a great matchup, though, against Portland. It should be a pretty close game, especially if the Blazers are able to get back CJ McCollum. But LeBron looks good as well at just 10-4. I don't know if you need a payoff for Luka when you got LeBron cheaper. If McCollum's out, then you could go Lillard over Luka here. Lillard will take all the shots again. Just coming off a 61-point outing, I'm not expecting a similar score like 90 fantasy points. His price tag is up to 10K or 99. But if McCollum's out, then you could still project him for like 60 fantasy points. But personally, I'm liking Kyrie Irving here. A matchup against LeBron. He's at home. He is coming off of a blowout game where he only played 31 minutes, so lost a little bit of a stint in the fourth quarter here. We know how much this game probably will mean to him facing off against LeBron. He's gonna have to be the guy to shoot and score to keep this game close and competitive. He has been pretty good this year. The last couple games been struggling a little bit with his shot, but he also has that like 50, 60 point upside easily, and he's also at a really nice price point at just 8,400. And then besides Kyrie, if I'm looking cheaper here at the point guard position, it's McCollum if he's in. 67 is a nice price tag. And then I think you could go Jordan McRae at 5,000. Simons if McCollum misses would also be a decent value. And then for not really a punt play, but Thomas at just 3,400. If he gets the minutes, could pay off his salary. But I like Kyrie 84. At shooting guard is Bradley Beal against Cleveland. This is going to be no defense played in this game. Two of the worst defensive teams squaring off in Cleveland. The Wizards play fast, so hopefully this game is a fast pace for the Cavs. They don't play super fast, but the Wizards coming off of coming off a game last night in Miami, it was also in overtime, so they could be a little bit tired tonight, but this matchup is just great. Also, it's the third game in 4 nights. We could see like maybe Thomas Bryant rest with his foot injury, coming back from his foot injury on a back-to-back. But I love Bradley Beal. 77 is still too cheap. I think McRae looks fine at 5,000. I like Tim Hardaway at just 4,700. And then nobody I would really punt with at this position unless something breaks during the day. But tough not to play Bradley Beal at just 7,700. Over at small forward, it's LeBron, it's Tim Hardaway, it's Finney-Smith is probably going to start now he's been playing a lot of minutes, and he's probably going to continue to start with the injury to Dwight Powell, unfortunately, tore his Achilles. And then I think you could take a shot on like Trevor Ariza, is only 3,500, he looks good, just because he's going to start, he's going to see 30 minutes at least, with them being so banged up. Especially if McCollum misses. He would just so many minutes to go. So many minutes available at the forward position. With Kent Bazemore was playing 30 minutes, he just wasn't really doing anything. Ariza also is kind of that type of player where he's not going to do a lot of peripherals and stuff, but he's a good defender. He can rack up some steals, and he can hit the open shot. So there should be some open looks, especially with teams focusing on Lillard and McCollum. So if he can knock down a shot, especially at just 3,500, his price tag is still really cheap. A power forward, it's Anthony Davis is really nicely priced here at just 9,500. If we know he's not going to be on a limit, or if his limit is going to be like 35 minutes instead of 30, definitely worth a shot here against the Nets. They are going to need some help trying to stop Davis. Prince plays the power forward for them, so they just don't have the size to match up to Davis. So I like Davis a lot. I also love Kevin Love in this matchup against the Wizards. He should play like he's been playing 34 to 37 minutes in close games. This game should be pretty close, and it's a great matchup against Washington. I think he can go off here at home. He's also been playing pretty well So I liking Kevin Love a lot. And then Bertans looks good at 5,000. Kleber at 49 is also worth a shot. And then, not really a pump play, but the fifth guy that I kind of like would maybe be like, it's not like a confidence play, but Chetty is only 4,400. Got to consider that. But Kevin Love looks great, 8,100. You know he's not going to be like on a minutes limit like Davis could be. He's in a great matchup and one of the best matchups you could ask for. At center, you could play Davis. I'll probably play him if we know he's not going to be limited. Just because the matchup is so good against Brooklyn. I like Thompson a little bit. The price tag isn't super appealing. Jared Allen would be the play if DeAndre Jordan's out again. If Jordan's in, then you could even play DeAndre Jordan's only 4,000. We know they're going to need the size to match up to Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee and Davis. So Jordan, even if he doesn't start, if Allen happens to get into foul trouble, he's going to get minutes, and he's the cheapest price tag he's been probably all year at just 4,000. And then you also got 5,200 for Jan Mahimi. Mahimi's been playing really well. He's been getting a lot of the minutes at center. Thomas Bryant's been on a restriction. This is their third game in 4 nights. He only played 17 last night, but we could see them just give him a rest day with this. I could see that happening with this after all the time he missed. But if he's in, and he's probably still going to be on a limit, so he's not that appealing. But Mahimi, especially against the Cavs at this price point, could pay off, get you 6x at least, get you up to like 7x, just because they're going to need him to defend Tristan Thompson. They play a lot of minutes at center. They have Larry Nance, Kevin Love. They play big, so there's no chance this game goes small. Mahimi and Bryant are going to split all the center minutes, but with Bryant playing under 20, it's going to be a lot of Jan Mahimi getting all the minutes at center, so probably could project him for like 30 here. He would have got more against the Pistons, but he was in heavy foul trouble, was still really productive. Could see him be productive again against Tristan Thompson. His price tag is a little bit more appealing, like $2,000 cheaper than Thompson. And then at guard here, I think Tim Hardaway looks great, 4,700 for him. It's a good matchup. Now that Kristaps is back, you're not going to see like a huge upside out of Tim Hardaway just because there's not going to be a lot of shots to go around. We know Kristaps likes to shoot. Luka shoots a lot, but he's going to be the third scorer. He's at a good price point. I think he could pay off at just a $4,700 salary. And with the injury to Powell, if they do go small and start Kristaps play some center, then there's going to be minutes, a lot of minutes at the wings for Hardaway. Should see 30 minutes at least and can be productive in those 30 minutes. So on Fanduel here, I'm liking pretty much the same. I think Luka's a little bit easier to get to on Fanduel at just 11-2. Damian Lillard would be a great play if either way is a great play, but if CJ misses, then he's impossible to get away from on Fanduel at just 93. Kyrie, I like him on both sides. Rock with Kyrie Irving. And then for a value play, it would probably be like Garland or Sexton would be decent options here. Garland's really cheap at 4,700. But Kyrie, I like him on both sides. I think he's going to have one of his better games, even though it's a tougher matchup, just because he's going to get up for this type of game against the Lakers, and he's going to play pretty aggressive and play hard for the whole game. Shooting guard, it's Bradley Beal. It's Dinwiddie, 65. It's McRae. Those are the top 3 for me at the position. And then he could take a shot with like LeVert, but coming off the bench, it's not as appealing because he's not going to get 30 minutes very often. But last time he made value, and I played him because Kyrie was out, but with Kyrie back, there's not a lot of minutes to go around, and they have a lot of players right now. But I'm thinking Bradley Beal's just impossible not to play on both sides, at least in cash, at his price point. Small forward, it's LeBron James, the only really spend up at this position besides Carmelo. I mean, Carmelo's not a spend up. Only spend up LeBron is at a tremendous play at 10-7. And then I would be looking at Prince at just 4,700. He's going to get the minutes here. He's been pretty steady, getting 30 minutes in close games at least. And really cheap on Fanduel as well. And then you got Trevor Ariza at 41. A little bit more appealing on Draftkings, but you could still play him on Fanduel at that price point. But LeBron at just 10-7, it's tough not to play. at least pay up for one guy, and LeBron at this position, there's not a lot of other spend ups. Whereas at point guard, if you don't spend up for Luka, you could at least spend up for Lillard or spend up for Kyrie. But at small forward, if you're not spending up for LeBron, there is a pretty big opportunity cost going from like LeBron to Carmelo as your next highest guy. And then at power forward is Kevin Love. Kevin Love is too cheap on Fanduel at 7,000. He's probably the top play at the position in terms of points per dollar. Besides him, I'm looking at Jared Allen. If DeAndre Jordan misses at 57, we'll get a lot of minutes. And then I'm looking at Bertans at just 45 is also a really good option against Cleveland. We will get a lot of minutes against Kevin Love. They both are stretch fours. So liking Bertans as well. And then Kleber could take a shot there too. And the last but not least at center here, it's a little bit easier to get to Tristan Thompson on FanDuel. On Draftkings, like 73. He's only $800 more than Mahinmi on FanDuel. So I'm liking Tristan Thompson a little bit more than him just because I think we'll get the little bit more minutes. He can project him for like 35 minutes, 36, whereas Mahinmi might just get 30. And the prices are close enough where I feel pretty good about going to Thompson at his price. So yeah, that's 3 games up on the slate. It's not a lot. It's not really interesting. Hopefully we could get some news that would spice this slate up a bit, but pretty standard plays for me right now. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Drop a like if you enjoyed, and good luck tonight.